Hello everyone, welcome to Inconvenient Truths. I'm your host, Jennifer Zhang. Since our last program discussed Xi Jinping's successor list, shocking news come from China. The CCP held a Politburo meeting to discuss Xi Jinping's resignation. At the same time, sources inside the CCP say Beijing promised the US to open its markets. Meanwhile, it was reported that General He Hongjun, who was promoted by Xi Jinping last year and led daily operations of the Central Military Commission's Political Work Department, took his own life while detained. What's going on? Let's talk about these issues one by one. Multiple sources say that on May 14th, the CCP held an unprecedented expanded Politburo meeting in Beijing. The focus was one question: should Xi Jinping step down? An expanded meeting includes not just current Politburo members, but also retired elders, military leaders, former standing committee members, and senior casuals. Even the CCP's former head Hu Jintao made a rare appearance. Reports say that the meeting targeted Xi Jinping, listing 12 major accusations against him and demanding he resign. Some say the meeting reached a preliminary agreement. This year's fourth plenary session will become a personnel meeting. It will finalize the next leadership lineup and discuss reorganizing the 7-member standing committee, clearly dividing Xi's power. At the same time, several current Politburo members, including Central Military Commission Vice Chairman Zhang Youxia, Vice Premier He Lifeng, Foreign Minister Wang Yi, Xinjiang Party Secretary Ma Ruixin, and Beijing Party Secretary Yin Li, collectively distanced themselves from Xi. From the military to foreign affairs, economy to Xinjiang, a bloodless but highly organized de-Xi movement has emerged. However, others say the meeting reached no consensus and a vote will happen at the fourth plenary session set for August. With major disagreements, the next 3 months will see intense struggles over whether Xi stays or goes. President Trump said in a recent Fox News interview, one of the things I think that could be most exciting for us and also for China is that we are trying to open up China. Many years ago, we opened up the USA. Now it's time for China to open up, and it's part of our deal. And we are gonna open up China. And to me, that's the most exciting part. Did the CCP really promise to open up China? According to former Peking University professor Yuan Hongbin, yes. Citing CCP insiders, Yuan Hongbin said that during recent US-China tariff talks, CCP representatives clearly offered to open markets if the US publicly supports the CCP's so-called peaceful reunification of Taiwan. This is why Trump mentioned opening up China. In fact, online rumors suggest the CCP made even more concessions, including opening the internet. Yuan Hongbin believes the CCP's opening up promise is a complete political and economic scam. The CCP's political system doesn't allow the free economy of a democratic nation under the rule of law, so it has no real intention of opening up. Its false promise aims to trick the US and the Trump administration into a fatal mistake, publicly agreeing to the CCP's so-called peaceful unification of Taiwan. Hopefully, the U.S. won't fall for this. Independent Chinese commentator Cai Shengkun posted on social media that his source told him He Hongjun, personally promoted to general by Xi Jinping on July 9th last year, and who led daily operations of the current military commission's political work department, died by taking his own life while detained. He was sent to the 301 hospital but could not be saved and died on May 18th. Born in 1969, He Hongjun was a key figure among the People's Liberation Army's post-60s senior officers. He served as director of the Army Political Work Department and deputy political commissar of the Western Theater Command. So last year, Xi Jinping held a promotion ceremony just for him, a first in military history, showing Xi's high regard for him. Last November, after Miao Hua, a Central Military Commission member and political work department director was arrested, rumors suggested He Hongjun would replace him as director. In fact, with the director arrested, He Hongjun as deputy director likely took on the director's duties already. In the CCP military, the political work department director is a critical role, overseeing ideology, personnel appointments, and assessing soldiers' loyalty. 4 months before Miao Hua's arrest, Xi urgently held a promotion ceremony for He Hongjun alone, clearly aiming to replace his ally in this key position. However, on April 24th this year, former Chinese journalist Zhao Lanjian broke news that He Hongjun and Chen Jiang, director of the Central Military Commission's Cadre Bureau, were arrested together. This means He Hongjun was detained after April 24th. How could he take his own life under such tight supervision? I believe this was more likely an execution. Whatever the case, it tells us the same story of how brutal the power struggle within the CCP has been. A few days ago, my friend shared me a piece of exclusive news. He said a friend's brother's father was the secretary to Zhang Youxia's father, and the two families are close. Early last year, they said Uncle Zhang might be in trouble. But by September and December, Zhang Youxia was hosting banquets at home daily, with guests coming and going. This simple news may hide a massive story. When Xi Jinping took down former Defense Minister Li Shangfu and Wei Fenghe in 2023, many thought Zhang Youxia was next. Li Shangfu had been Minister of the Equipment Development Department, where Zhang Youxia was his predecessor. After leaving that role, Zhang became Central Military Commission Vice Chairman and Li's supervisor. The Equipment Development Department is a lucrative position, handling military equipment procurement, which offers huge opportunities for corruption. In the CCP's military, promotions often require bribes. Many believed Li Shangfu's charges included bribery, with Zhang Youxia, his supervisor and predecessor, as the recipient. Zhang Youxia was the first military minister of the Equipment Development Department, and Li Shangfu succeeded him. If Li Shangfu faced corruption or bribery charges, it's hard to believe Zhang wasn't involved. So many speculated Zhang Youxia would be the next. From my friend's information, Zhang Youxia indeed faced trouble. In this situation, Zhang might have fought back for self-preservation, allied with other party factions, and turned the situation around. With Xi Jinping's military allies falling one after another, even being dead, it seems Xi's opponent, not Xi himself, now hold the upper hand in the military. It was said Miao Hua and another Central Military Commission Vice Chairman He Weidong were taken down for trying to help Xi regain military control. Former Chinese journalist Zhao Lanjian, who has accurately reported military news, said the CCP military launched its strictest ever alcohol ban in May. All provincial party and government systems, military industrial units, aerospace institutes, local armed police, militia mobilization units, and border police stations must fully enforce the alcohol ban. Zhao didn't share details, so it's unclear if drinking is banned in all settings. But he believes the ban isn't about discipline, but about pre-war preparation to enter a full military state. He says the ban has 3 goals. First, to eliminate the old drinking table politics, cutting off personal networks and private communication outside the chain of command. Second, to ensure cadres are in a 24-hour ready-to-be-summoned state of high alert. Third, to use the ban as a test to evaluate who remains loyal and obedient. Zhao Lanjian insists that the current military personnel purges aren't political struggles or signs of Xi Jinping losing control. Instead, military purges, aerospace system cleanups, and the alcohol ban are a 3-step plan to attack Taiwan. Through military and aerospace purges, those unwilling to attack Taiwan are removed. The next steps are to set plans, actions, and routes. Zhao Lanjian believes the alcohol ban is a pre-war signal, a final psychological preparation, and a last step for transitioning to a war system. In other words, China's society is now in a pre-war mobilization phase. Taiwan and the international community must stay highly alert. A war isn't about declarations, but about a system ready to go. He also says all claims that Xi Jinping has lost power are wrong, and this will be proven in 3 or 6 months. Zhao Lanjian's view seems to differ from those who believe Xi has lost power. And I think there's another possibility. Even if Xi has lost some power, it doesn't mean others in power lack ambitions to attack Taiwan. In fact, Xi Jinping secured his 3rd term exactly by convincing other CCP leaders that if they allow him to stay, he would achieve the goal of taking Taiwan. So, in short, we are in a fascinating era full of uncertainties. The US China showdown and where China, the world's second largest economy and population, go next are things we must watch closely. So, please subscribe to my channel and visit my website and jenniferzengblog.com to join my membership or become a subscriber to my X account. While I'll provide free information for all followers, I also try to offer exclusive content for members and my ex-subscribers, or let them see some content earlier than others. Finally, I'd like to thank Mr. Bowman, Mr. Maya, Mr. Halaker, and Mr. Ellis for their generous monthly donations, as well as for other donors and supporters. Your help allows me to keep providing inconvenient truths. Thank you, and see you next time.